Let's be honest, self-publishing has exploded lately, and in 2025 more books have been published than ever before, and it's becoming a bit of a fucking jungle. You've probably got this incredible story burning away at the back of your head or stored somewhere on a hard drive, and you're just lost in a world of algorithms, ISBNs, marketing, copyright. Where does it end? It's all enough to make you just throw it in the bin and forget about it. But here's the simple truth. It doesn't have to be a nightmare. If you've got a solid plan, you can turn that messy Word document into a polished book that actually sells. Today, I'm walking you through the steps to go from first draft to finished book. No fluff, no fucking about, no buy my templates, just the right path to get your work out there to the public. Step 1, finish the book. I know it sounds obvious, and there is more, but first you've got to finish the book. You'd be amazed how many people out there get hung up on marketing and algorithms before they've even gotten to the end of chapter 5. A lot of people get lost in the weeds of royalties, marketing, pricing. The best strategy in the world is absolutely useless if you don't have a finished manuscript to begin with. See, I've published quite a few books, and depending on what mood I've gone in, I've gone from not giving it any thought at all until it was too late to obsessing over it far too much. So I had to stop obsessing. I set myself a goal, which could be 500 words a day, 3 chapters a week. The only thing that is going to get you through to the end is consistency, no matter how big or small those steps are. Step 2, editing. Once you've finished, you're going to think it's perfect, and I hate to break this to you, it's not. It's going to be an absolute mess. You're going to need to do some editing. There are 3 types of editing. First, the developmental editing. This is big picture stuff. This is, how does the story flow? Do the characters make any sense? Next is copy editing. This is your grammar and sentence structure. It's what makes your book look more professional. And finally, proofreading. This is the final sweep, if you like, to catch any annoying typos or grammar mistakes that always sneak in. And trust me, they always do, and you don't find them until it's far, far too late. Now, I know professional editors are expensive, and if you're a typical indie author on a budget, get a friend or a family member just to give it the once over. Even the best writers need a second pair of eyes on their work. Step 3, your cover. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but on Amazon, that's exactly what happens. Your cover is the first impression that you're going to make. So please, for the love of all things holy, don't just go onto Canva and twat together some cover from some template that you're going to find. Unless you're an actual designer and a professional when it comes to Canva, it will still look quite amateur. You need to make sure that you understand typography, genre, trends, and market expectations. A strong cover should be instantly legible in thumbnail size. So that's small. It should signal its genre at a glance. Use bold and professional typography. Before you start, look at the bestsellers in your genre and any other genre, because you'll notice that romantic books look very different from thrillers, that look very different from sci-fi, that look very different from self-help. Your cover needs to tell the reader exactly what there is that they're buying at a glance, even when it's on a tiny thumbnail on a tiny phone screen. Now, before we get into ISBNs and formatting and a load of other technical stuff, if you're finding this helpful, do me a favor and hit the like button. I'm going to be going into more detail in future videos into ISBNs, paperback versus hardcover, KDP, all of that kind of stuff. So make sure that you subscribe so that you never miss out on any of that stuff as well. Step 4, formatting. Formatting determines exactly how the book feels in the reader's hands. Everything from chapter headings to margins, they all play a role in whether your book feels professional or like a total amateur job. So I've published a handful of books over the past few years, and you can definitely tell in the quality of the books which I gave more attention to formatting and which I just smacked out there. The thing is though, now we have some amazing tools that can help with formatting your book. There's Atticus, which is a great all-in-one tool for writing and formatting. There's Vellum, which is considered the gold standard for beautiful layouts if you're on a Mac. There's also Kindle Create, which is Amazon's free tool, which works for both ebooks and paperbacks. Good formatting makes your books easy to read. Sloppy formatting just destroys any credibility that you have as an author. Step 5, ISBNs. Before you upload, you need to handle 2 things. 1, ISBNs, and 2, copyright. ISBN is basically an ID number for your book. Amazon KDP will give you a free one if you stay on their platform. If you want to distribute more widely, like through Ingram Spark, you should consider buying one of your own. As for copyright, your work is yours the moment you write it down. But just for good measure, make sure that you include a copyright page at the beginning of your book that includes the book title, your name, and the date it was published. It's simple, but it may also make your book look more professional. Step 6, uploading. Amazon KDP is still the king where self-publishing is concerned, but pay massive attention when uploading your book to keywords and categories. You need to think like a reader. What would you type into a search bar to be able to find your book? For pricing, most indie books are around $2.99 to $4.99. Don't undervaluate yourself, but don't price yourself out of a sale before you've even built an audience. And I'm going to be going more into that in a future video, so make sure that you subscribe so you get notified when that comes out. Step 7, marketing. Okay, so you've finished writing it, you've formatted it, you've edited it, you've covered the design, you've got your keywords, your categories, your pricing, all of that's done, and you've just clicked publish. It's time to celebrate and just watch the sales roll in, right? Fuck no. Publishing is only half the battle. Trust me, if you want people to actually read the book, you need something more than a social media page just screaming, buy my book. Trust me, I've tried it. Don't get me wrong, social media is an amazing place. Things like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, they're all great places to be able to get eyes on your work. But here's the mistake a lot of authors, including myself, make when it comes to social media. They treat their profile as a billboard. People don't go on TikTok to see a sales pitch. They do it to get the vibe and get the connection and the story from the author themselves. Another really important thing that you could and probably should do is start an email list. You see, I would take 100 engaged email followers, over 10,000 random strangers on Instagram any day of the week. Why? Because I will own that list. I will be able to cater the content that I put out to people who actually want to read it, actually want to see it. Any changes in the algorithm on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok could immediately see 10,000 followers gone. The third pillar is Amazon ads. And I'll be honest with you, it's competitive as hell out there on Amazon ads. But if you take time to learn how to target the right audience with the right keywords and genres, it can be incredibly effective, if not also expensive. So just settle down. Step 8, reviews. Picture the scene. You've spent months writing. You've nailed the cover. Your book is finally live and the page looks amazing. Every potential reader clicks on your page. They see 0 reviews. It's an absolute nightmare. You see, readers rely on social proof that your book is worth their time and money. Without those stars, it's incredibly difficult to get any kind of traction at all. So the answer is set up an ARC team. ARC stands for Advanced Reader Copy. Basically, ARC is a group of early readers who get a free digital copy of your book in exchange for an honest review. Now, you can't actually pay for reviews. That will get you banned faster than you can say Amazon's terms of service. But you can give your book away for free just to get the ball rolling. Speaking of which, I actually have an ARC team system going at the moment for my book series, One Epic Year. So if you want to see what that looks like, or you want to read the latest sci-fi adventure, head to the link in the description below where you can join up and you can get yourself a free copy of the next edition of One Epic Year. Step 9, the long game. Look, publishing your first book is a massive achievement, but don't make it your last. The most successful authors are the ones that keep going, keep reading, and they keep writing. See, the thing is, weirdly, each new book helps the old one sell. And off the back of that, you're not just selling a story, you're building a brand, you're building a universe. Consistency and improvement, however small, is always more important than the perfection straight off the bat. So treat this like a professional career from day one, however little time you're able to actually give it on a daily basis. Just stick to the consistency and you'll be miles ahead of everybody else. You see, self-publishing in 2026 is both easier and harder than ever before. The tools are accessible, the platforms are powerful, the opportunities are real, but the competition is fierce. And only those who treat it like a professional endeavor will stand out. So remember, self-publishing isn't just about getting your book out there. It's about giving the story the best possible chance to reach readers. It's about connecting with them and making an impact. I believe that your book deserves that, and so do you.